Hi everybody, this is Let's Play 2025 July week 2, and I'm starting with the background decided, and now I'm going to start my stitching. I say that, but I've already actually blind stitched the seams down, but I'm going to start adding my extras, like for, as I mentioned last week, last month, yes. I'm going to be putting this thin velvet ribbon across the seams, all of them the same. And what I do from there, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, we will see. I also have this lovely, lovely triple rickrack. 3 colors, that's fun. And it's definitely gonna go one of my edges, I think, unless I think of something in the middle to use it on, but I really would like to use it in this quilt. I have my checkerboard still. I'm going to put a piece of scrap batting behind it to puff it up like I've done in previous quilts with featured items. And I think I am going to use buttons, though I have wondered if I couldn't make little round circles and then I get them flat like I really want them to be, but that's a lot of little circles and they would definitely be very little, so maybe I should just do buttons and not be so fussy. And here's that silky cord that I'm going to couch around the edge just to give the board a finish. I took that plastic off that was causing me issues last week. And I have cut out my templates. So I have my pond and my queen and my rook. I believe that's called a rook. It's been a very long time since I've played chess. Yeah, I think it's called a rook. And if not, bad me. And past that, I'm not 100% sure yet. This is the kind of time where I get a little bit of dread going, what am I going to do? But I'm just going to dream and play and start with what I know. And when I have some progress, I'll come back and share some more. Here is, I've got the little checkerboard basted with the batting behind it. I still think it's gonna go there, something like that. Before I start putting things in the middle, I've decided it would be good to get the side ones done, because so I'm not gonna be over into my sides. And what I know so far is I'm going to use this very pretty triple rickrack at the top, and I've decided that I'm going to layer these two after all. So I'm gonna just, the black one is slightly smaller, so I'm going to pull this, or have this one come in just slightly, and then I'm gonna overlap just like that, so that the two of them are gonna go together, like something like that. I think that's good. And for the other sides, I have a couple fabrics pulled out that I think I'm possibly going to use. We will see. I love fabrics, I think I maybe mentioned, that are the same but different colors. I love these fun polka dot. So I'm thinking of doing like a partial, like a half and half kind of thing. So one over here with some thin binding, of course, picture it thin. And one over here, something like that. And then for the bottom, I have a stripe pulled out. I might use that. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I'll come back when I have these stitched down. There's really not much stitching this week because I've just put the black velvet over the seams, so there wasn't any extra embroidery that I'm feeling it needs. So it really is just the sides left. All right, I'll be back when I'm done. Well, I didn't get as far as I wanted, but I have to get the video uploaded so I have it on time for you to see on Thursday. I did get this stitch down, and as I said, I overlapped it, and I really stitched down. It melds it, I've mentioned that before, melds it with the piece, and it just adds something extra, like it's just so belongs. You can see that it even has a little bit of red showing in the spots, open spots of the black. So that's even an extra detail I didn't even think about when I thought about overlapping. I got the triple rickrack at the top. I haven't stitched it down yet. It's basted. By the way, here in Canada and probably the United States, we call it basting, but I a few months ago realized that in England and probably the United Kingdom, and I believe Australia and New Zealand as well, you call it tacking. Tack stitch for me is on a single spot over and over again. Anyways, when I say basting, if you use the word tacking, that's what I'm meaning. It's just I use white thread, and it temporarily holds the piece down while I do the stitching, so I have no pins involved. I also just loosely basted the checkerboard just to have an idea of where I might want it. And I have sunshine today, so I'm going to press my fun polka dots so that I can get the piece ready, the little thin binding for this side. And some embellishing things I can already share with you. You saw that I had my chest piece templates cut out. I did a test with the pawn on that very fine corduroy that I have that I want to use, and have discovered that having a seam allowance turned over doesn't work for this fabric because of the fine corduroy. It stands up in places that changes the shape. So I already know that I'm not going to applique it down with a turned seam allowance. What I am going to do, as I have with a bunch of my other pieces, I'm going to cut it raw edge and then do a running stitch around the edge, a little bit in. So that's what I'm going to do for my chest pieces. I haven't gotten anything else done except for getting my templates ready. So here's my playing card templates, and here's the suits of playing cards. I've got a template for those as well. I have a plan for that. I'll share that next week. Okay, so that's it for this week. Hope it inspired you. Let me know. I always love hearing what you think about what I've shared. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday.